Welcome back, students. This is crop production and management part 2. In previous video, we have learned about preparation of soil, sowing, adding manure and fertilizers, difference between adding manure and fertilizers, and crop rotation. Let's start the next session. In this video, we will be learning about irrigation, protecting from weeds, harvesting, storage, animal husbandry. First is irrigation. So children, you might be want to know about what is irrigation, why do we irrigate crops and all. So dear students, we all know that water is very much essential for all living beings. Even in seed germination, seed can germinate even when sufficient amount of water is available. Plant root absorb water present in the soil. Nutrients can be transferred by the water to the different parts of the plant. Okay, if water is present, then only the minerals can be transferred from roots to the another parts of the plant. And healthy plant require regular supply of water. Now, the simple definition of irrigation is supply of water to crops at regular time interval is called irrigation. Now, time and repetition of irrigation is different for different crops, different for different soil types, and different for different reasons. Okay. If soil type is different, so repetition of irrigation will be different. And healthy plant required regular time interval of irrigation. For example, I am giving you one example. Okay, in summer season, because of hot climatic, evaporation of water is higher than winter season. So irrigation is done more frequently in summer season. However, in cold climate, irrigation is not so frequently. Now we will be talking about sources of irrigation. Here you can see river, canals, ponds, lakes, dam and wells. These are sources of irrigation. Okay. In early time, in ancient time, all these sources were present, but modern methods were not present. That's why the farmers were irrigating the field from moat, jekli, chain pump and rahat. Okay. So this is also good traditional methods of irrigation. Some of the methods to bring off water and irrigate the field. These methods are based on cattle and human labor. It takes lots of time and human labor too. So that's why these are cheaper and less efficient. For all traditional methods are commonly used. Next is, here you can see, this is pump and farmers were using these kind of methods. These are all traditional methods and this all depends on farmers' labor and cattle. Next is modern methods of irrigation. These methods are more economical and more efficient. Okay, time by time, how you children know that we have learned in Atal lab that problem solving. So farmers also invented some methods, modern methods. These are, first is sprinkle system. Sprinkle system, this system consists of vertical pipe provided with rotating nozzles. So these are the vertical pipes. Here nozzles are present on the top and are joined to the main pipe. This is, you can see here is the main pipe. At regular intervals, the pressure of water makes nozzle to rotate and water is sprinkled on the crop similar to the rain. It is useful if ground is not leveled properly. Okay, or hurdles are present. So there is insufficient quantity of water in sandy soil, so where we can use sprinkle system. Next is drip system. With this system, irrigation is done drop by drop near the plants so that the only the part of the soil where roots grow is wetted. Roots grow is wetted. So roots need the water properly. Okay, requirement of water. So here one pipe is there and here one small hole is there. So drop by drop water, these all roots will be getting drop by drop water and germination of plant can be happen. So it is best suited for gardens, fruits and trees. Due to drop by drop irrigation, there is no water wastage possibility. However, irrigation needs to be done more frequently. Here we need to be done more frequently. This system is very useful in region where availability of water is very poor. Now, these were the methods how we can, do you know children, I have told you one method that is hydroponics and aeroponics. Do you remember that we have done one project, hydroponics and aeroponics, where this is sprinkle system and drip irrigation system. You can see again hydroponics and aeroponics, where the very less amount of water wastage has been done in hydroponic system. Now production from weeds. Dear children, this is main crop and the undesirable crop which is grown together to this crop is called weeds. And to removal of weeds is called weeding, and the substance which we are using to remove the weeds are called weedicides. So here you can see this is main crop and this is undesirable crop. In the cropland, along with desired crop, many other undesirable plants grow naturally. In the field, all plants other than crop plants are called weeds. Therefore, weeds must be removed from cropland. The removal of weed from cropland is called weeding. Okay? Alright children, weeding must be done before flowering of crop plants. So this has to be done before flowering of the crop plants. There are many ways to remove weeds or control their growth. One of the method is tilling. Tilling helps to uproot and kill the roots. Manual removal of weeds by khurpi or seed drill. Khurpi also can remove the weeds and seed drill also. Some sprayers to control the weeds, these chemicals must be dangerous to human beings. That is not dangerous for main crop. Here you can see this farmer is spraying this weedicide, some sprayers. This is not harmful for main crop, but it must be dangerous to human being. That's why we need to cover our mouth. Okay, we should cover our mouth. And from khurpi also, tilling and khurpi and seed drill, we can remove the weeds. This is manual method and this is chemical method. Okay, so here we can use 2,4-D, methaclor and diluted weedicides. You know children, what is diluted and what is concentrated. Diluted means where solute concentration is very low and concentrated means where solute concentration is very high. Now this is harvesting. Dear children, if we have grown very good crop, now we have to harvest it properly, then only we will be getting a good fruit or good crop quality. So dear children, previous session also I told you that farmers do lot of work, then only we are getting all these crops and fruits. Now This is harvesting. The process of cutting mature crop is called harvesting. In this process, crops are pulled out either by sickle or harvester. Here you can see this is sickle. Okay, and this is harvester. So by sickle also manually we can remove, or by harvester also. Pulled out either by sickle or harvester. Fresh crops contain moisture, so these must be dried before selling this. So this must be dried under the sun. The separation of grains, seeds from harvesting crops is called threshing. Are you getting my point, children? This is harvested crop, harvested crop. Now, if we are separating seeds from it, from thresher, this is called threshing. Okay. So, this is thresher. This can be done by thresher. Another machine is also there. It is done by thresher. There is another machine that is called combine, which is combination of harvester and thresher. So we can harvest the crop also, and we can separate the grains also. After separation of crop, we can cut into small pieces and stored as hay. Okay, so we can cut into small pieces and stored as a hay. So this is dried crop, stem of crops. We can cut this crop small pieces, and that will be utilized for animals. Winnowing method also the another method, but this is a winnowing method we were using earlier. Chaff and grains can be separated. So chaff will be this we can give to the animals, chaff, and grains we can store for sale. After, next task is storage. After separating grains, next task is produce long time is should be protect from moisture, insects, rats, and microorganisms. Okay, so after separating all the grains, the next and main very important task is we need to protect from moisture, insects, rats, and microorganisms. Generally, food grains is stored in jute bags also, so we can protect all these crops easily. Okay, and at home we are using dried neem leaves. FCL, that is Food Corporation of India, and SWC, that is State Warehousing Corporation, these offers to store food in large godowns. Special safety measures used to done to ensure safety from microorganisms and pests. So these are the ceilons. Here also ceilons also we can protect all the crops. We can store over here. Jute bags also we are using. Dried leaves also we are using. And this is FCI or SWC. Here we can protect all the crops in godown from microorganisms. So here we have finished. Okay, so many steps were there. First we have prepared the soil, preparation of soil, then sowing, then adding manure and fertilizer. How can we irrigate? The modern methods of irrigation. Okay, after irrigation we have harvested. Okay, then threshing, we have separated the grains. Then we have stored all the grains in ceilons, granaries, and FCI and SWC godowns. Okay. Next is food from animals. Food from animals. Some animals provide us with different kinds of food. Cow, buffalo, sheep, camel provided milk. They all provide milk. Fish is major part of the diet in coastal areas. So in coastal areas, fish is the major part of the diet. The rearing of and caring of animals for food and another products are called animal husbandry. So if we are rearing or caring the animal for food and the other products is called animal husbandry. Okay children, so here we have finished this chapter. So now you understood how farmers take lots of work, then only we are getting all the crops. So dear children, one thing I just want to share with you, that farmers are illiterate. That's why one technology is there, that is Sandesh Pathak. Sandesh Pathak converts text to speech. So if there is very important fertilizer or manure in nowadays, so that message text converted into speech, so farmers can update which kind of fertilizers or which kind of manures they can use. Another thing I want to tell you, that fruits and vegetables are stored in cold storage where the temperature is maintained between 0 degree to -4 degree centigrade. Why we are preserving all the fruits and vegetables? Because vegetables are available season wise, so we can preserve it. Why low temperature is required? In low temperature, microorganism cannot grow properly, and it also stops the action of enzymes present in the fruits and vegetables and prevent their spoilage also. So there is very less chances to spoilage the fruits and vegetables. So dear children, now you understood why we are preserving fruits and vegetable. One harvesting festival is there that you know very well. So what is it? That is Baisakhi, Holi, Diwali. These all are harvest festival. Baisakhi is main harvesting festival. Now last is hybridization. Hybridization, what is hybridization? Very important. In nowadays, if we want a high yield variety, so what we can do, hybridization is a technique used for developing new varieties of crop by crossbreeding two different varieties. Okay, if here yellow flower is present and here purple flower is present. Okay, if I want yellow and purple flower in one plant, so what I will do? I will fuse this pollen grains and this ovules together, and I can get this kind of plant where yellow and purple flower are present. Okay, for an example, the anther of female plant are removed at the birth stage. Okay, for an example, if it is plant, the anther of the female plant we can remove at the birth stage. The process is called emasculation. Then the pollen of male plant, this pollen of male plant we can dust over here. Okay, once the process of pollination is done, the male and female gamete fuse and produce hybrid seeds which contain the characteristics of both male and female. Okay, so here we can take male characteristics, here we can take female characteristics, fuse them together and we can get a hybrid crop. Okay dear students, so I hope you understood very well. Organic farming is the farming method which entirely depends on biological methods with the maximum use of manure, biofertilizers and biopesticides with healthy cropping system. As I told you, fertilizers are not good for our health. That's why we can use biofertilizers or organic farming. So I hope you understood very well children. Alright, so repeat this chapter properly. Okay students. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe. Goodbye.